last time I checked in, I said I was going to make flowers in a bumblebee. Didn't get super far. My ADHD ass has completely lost the third pair of scissors that I have had out here. I'm convinced I didn't move them. Anyways, I needed to buy new ones in order to move forward in my project journey, but I have sworn off big box unless absolutely necessary. So where does one find scissors locally? I've taken a couple of classes at the local art center, and from what I've heard, there used to be like 5 in town, and as of last year when I took a class, there was only one art store left in town, like one locally owned art store. Anyways, I was able to get some scissors there, so now I have no excuse not to be blocked. I am really hoping to finish my bumblebee and my flowers today. One, because I'm doing something new for both of these, and so I am kind of eager to figure it out and have that in the back of my mind and my repertoire, but also because I have for some reason decided I need to get these 2 pieces done before I can build out inventory for my Etsy store. But I'm really excited to start sharing art with you guys. So I want to be able to do that, but my brain tells me that I have to finish these pieces before I do that. Here's to hoping that I am able to finish these today. If you want to join me, come on.
Halle baby, oh hallelujah. Lick your boys and tell me what you do.
Alright, buckle up, y'all. I'm about to embarrass the hell out of myself. Also, if there's one thing you need to know about me, it's that we stan Kendrick Lamar in this house, okay?
The one in front of the gun, live forever. Hustling all day, this away, that away, through canals and alleyways. Used to say money trees, it's a perfect face of shade, and that's just how I feel now. Yay! Bring my dick get big as the Eiffel Tower, so I can run the world for 72 hours. Start up that Maserati and vroom vroom, I'm racing. It's go time. Biatch, no way, biatch, no way. Kendrick had a dream. And not enough. Few solid homies left, but it's not enough.
So I decided that I'm gonna go with a pink flower to match the ovies. And in order to get into the groove, I have a secret weapon. That's a sign. Probably that I shouldn't do it in this environment. Yet. I'm gonna go do it in private. Okay, that was unfortunate, but I got it taken care of. The problem is that everything in this studio is contaminated with lead fumes. So now that it's fallen on the surface that I work on, I'm not gonna smoke weed that is potentially contaminated with lead. Wait. I already messed up. Plot twists of being a novice. This is also why your local artist charges so much, because it takes a lot of time. It has nothing to do with a cognitive impairment. Also, I haven't gotten in the groove yet, so it doesn't count.
Ooh, I forgot that I have this functionality. Billboards.
Bring back Brat Summer.
Cool to be blind sometimes. I just wanna be blind.
Okay. Should have done this a long time ago.
I haven't done this in a while, so I'm a little nervous. A what? A feminine-omenon.
Bitch, go on and on. It's a feminine phenomenon.
Kendrick Lamar has been saying the truth for such a long time. How did Drake come back at Kendrick after a song like Meet the Grams dropped? This shit's savage. Beautifully savage. And a fucking deadbeat that should never see more life. Meet the Grams.
Yeah. I remember syrup sandwiches and oh, nice.
Nicely done. I'm listening to it right now.
I know, because you said yeah. I know exactly what that song is.
I finally finished my bumblebee and my flowers yesterday. They turned out okay. I'm excited to update my templates with modifications because I kept running out of space on my phone yesterday, and I was actually relieved because then I didn't have to document me getting super frustrated and kind of disappointed in how it was turning out and how my solder lines were looking. I'm new to stained glass. I only started about a year ago. I guess I just expect myself to be better than I am at this point, which is so not fair of me because it's like I'm still new to this. I'm still figuring it out. It's a craft. I will be finessing how I do things and learning for as long as I do it, which is hopefully many, many, many more years. So I don't know why I would expect myself to know how to do all of those things now, but I do. And yeah, I was kind of glad when my camera ran out of space so I didn't have to document the emotional navigation of that disconnect, that disappointment between what I picture in my head and how it actually turns out. But once I can afford to buy a real camera and a memory card, all of that stuff will be documented because it's all a part of the journey, right? So I just wanted to share with you guys what I put together. Here's the bumblebee. Okay, I ran out of storage again, so I just spent the last 3 hours trying to clear out my phone, and I'm not really willing to pay Tim Cook $5 a month in order to have extra storage, so bear with me as I struggle my way through this. Anyways, I wanted to show y'all the bumblebee. I am satisfied with it, but I don't love it. I definitely want to tweak the design to make it a little bit easier, a little less cumbersome, and a little more structurally sound. I'm largely self-taught, so I don't really have examples of what my lines should look like and what my beating should look like. So I just spent about 20 minutes watching other artists making their art pieces. And I just wanted to really observe how they make their solder lines, like what are their tips and tricks in order to make it straight, because I really struggled. Like you can see here and here, you can see the seams, and to me right there as well, to me that looks unprofessional. Like I would not feel comfortable selling this. That's why I do prototypes for all of my initial designs, because I want to work out the kinks. I want to give you something that's better than what I have. Point being is I'm realizing that I think I'm a little hard on myself, because even the stained glass artists on YouTube have seam lines. I'm sure I will figure out the little secrets along the way, but I've allowed myself to accept that what I have created is not too far off from someone else who I would deem a professional artist quality. Yeah, I think I have a lot of insecurity about taking up this space of the internet around, one, calling myself an artist and calling my work an art. Yeah, I'm just insecure about that my work isn't good enough. And I know that's just patriarchy, perfectionism embedded in my brain, because that's not true. My art is worthy, and my art is art because it means something to me. I was writing down why I chose to make a bumblebee. Let's see if I can find it. It is art because it's a little part of me and my spirit and my soul and my lived experience that I am representing through a medium that I'm passionate about, and sharing it with whoever wants to engage with it. My hope is someone, somewhere, sometime will look at something that or hold something that I've created, or read something that I've written, and feel seen, feel like they have an ally, feel like they have a community. There's no greater feeling than feeling like you're not alone and you're not crazy in this really crazy world. So many people, myself included, feel a lot of fear and anger around the state of the world and American politics and socio-political dynamics. And I just want to bring comfort and joy within that soup. I want to contribute to a counterculture. I mean, that's the whole reason why Zillennial Hippie is Zillennial Hippie. Zillennial Hippie is all about resisting the dominant culture in America and the world right now, which is that individuals don't matter. Individuals are human capital. Individuals are someone to be exploited and to hold power over. Zillennial hippies are all about resisting that. So, in the spirit of that, I made a bumblebee because they've just been very present in my life recently. I recently read Let Us Descend. Great, phenomenal book, by the way. It's incredibly beautifully written, very intense, emotionally intense, as it should be. Let Us Descend is a story in the perspective of someone who was born into slavery. So in the book, the humming of bees was a constant theme that represented the main character's spiritual guidance or ancestral guidance. And that's something that I've been pondering a lot about recently, even before I read this book, and I talk about it in one of my blogs that I have yet to publish. That is totally a theme in my life. I feel like I'm having a spiritual awakening, even though I do not align with any institutionalized religion. I actually really distrust institutionalized religion. That's a tongue twister. Distrust institutionalized religion. But I also feel very connected to the universe right now. This is something that has been brewing in the background for a long time, 2 years, I'd say. But really, since the election, it's gotten to another level where I just feel so connected to the universe. And I know that sounds so woo-woo, but also I don't think I'm alone in that. I've seen the TikToks. I've seen that corner of the internet where people are really starting to feel like there's this mass awakening of spirituality and just like consciousness. I think that that's really beautiful and really empowering. And I have carpenter bees who live right outside of my studio, and I see them every day, and we kind of have a relationship now. According to the internet, bumblebees are symbolic of hard work, community, and resilience. And if that isn't the ethos and spirit of Zillennial Hippie, I don't know what is. So there we have it, bumblebees. Yeah, with some textured and iridescent glass. I'll post better pictures after the fact. But anyways, okay. And then I did these plant stakes. I really should have done any degree of research prior to making these. I totally just raw dogged it, and I'm not even gonna show y'all the back because it looks so ratchety. Okay, well, just for the sake of transparency, but don't judge. Okay, so anyone who is a stained glass dabbler or expert, please do not judge. I was just trying to figure it out. Now that I have watched a single YouTube about how to attach rod to stained glass, I recognize that I did it completely incorrectly, and because I did it incorrectly, the back looks like trash. Oopsies, but you live and you learn. So I'll know that for next time, and that's the purpose of the journey, learning. So anyways, this is what I've been working on. I hope you guys enjoy it. It took a lot longer than I expected it to. Well, I don't know if that's true. Like I said in my last video, I have no idea what I'm doing. I have spent so much time just in this analysis paralysis mode of trying to figure out how to communicate what I want to share with you guys, trying to figure out how much time I should be focusing on editing videos versus making art. And the truth is, I have no clue. So I'm figuring it out as I go. All of this is so perfectly imperfect, and the purpose of this channel is to document the journey of believing in yourself and believing in your dreams. I think I'm just going to take all of this a little less seriously and just focus on sharing the journey, even like the super unpolished parts and the raw parts. And I hope that's okay with you guys. I hope you'll stick around. It's probably going to be messy, but one of the things that I appreciate so much about stained glass is that you take neat and orderly, perfectly beautiful sheet of glass and break it. And it looks really messy, and it is really messy, but you break it apart and you reassemble it into something new, into something beautiful. And that's kind of just life, right? So in the spirit of that, that's what this channel is going to be, at least until I change my mind. Thank you for being here. I see you. I'm with you. keep resisting.
Some paradise. I pray my dick get big as the Eiffel Tower so I can fuck the world for 72 hours. So damn, I got ambitious. Damn, I got ambitious. Damn, I got ambitious. Where's your girlfriend ambitious?
Fuck everybody that's on my body. Whatever though, call me crazy, everybody questionable. It was a tailor-made, I prayed it was the edibles. It wasn't.
Where was I going with this?